Hello everyone, Corpse here, bringing you another video tutorial. Today's video tutorial is on how to send tweets using PHP and Nightbot. So welcome back to another tutorial. So today we're going to discuss basically how to use PHP and Nightbot to send tweets for you while you're live streaming. If you're like me, you probably forget to send out tweets quite often saying, hey, I'm going live, I'm playing this game. So, and me, when I'm streaming, I hate, or when I'm setting up, I really hate distracting myself by opening up Twitter, logging in, sending out a tweet, or reaching for my phone or my tablet, open up the app and do it like that. Personally, I hate the app. I think it's a piss poor design, but that's a whole nother story. Um, but I wanted to come up with something where if I forget, I can easily just go into one of my chat programs, for example, Chatty or Ultimate Twitch Bot, and I can just type in a command and it will send it for me. So I started looking into it, and I found a PHP library that was all set up for sending tweets and that, but it wasn't really what I was looking for. So I went into it a little bit more in depth, added some features, key features, and made it so it will work with Nightbot. And then I decided to make two versions of it. Um, so we're going to get started with that. So first off, things that you're going to need to have. First, you're going to need to have a host. Um, a host out there, I have a video tutorial right here called Free Hosting for Nightbot Scripts. I will post this down below. Uh, I did this originally because of my other two scripts that I designed for Nightbot. So I wanted to do another one. So I did one on Halo Host, which other people have said, yeah, it's working great for them. So that's good. So this is the web host video tutorial worth watching. It will also guide you and help you out getting that set up. Next thing that you're going to need is a script editor. Uh, I highly recommend not using Notepad or WordPad. If anything, download one of these two free programs. There's the one I recommend highly, which is Sublime Text. Um, it's sublimetext.com. I like this one. I've used this one quite a bit. And the other good one out there that's free is Notepad++, which is also highly recommended by me and quite a few other people. Both of them are free to use and whatnot. For beginners, probably Notepad++ is the way to go. For some of you slightly more advanced users, Sublime Text is probably where you want to go. But either way, they're both great. They both do their job really well, and they're both free. For today's purposes, I am going to be using Adobe Dreamweaver. So what I did was in my search, I came upon this script right here by FXStar. And FXStar had all these things. And after looking a little bit more, I found that it originally was created by this Pedro Ventura. Pedro Ventura. I believe that's how you pronounce his name. Here's the original script, and it looks like it went dead about 4 years ago. And then Fixar picked it up, and the last edits was 8 months ago, which was to the cron job. He did update the readme 29 days ago, and quite a few other things a year ago, 10 months to a year ago. So what I did was I took basically what they did and approved on top of that. and made it so it works a little bit easier. That was a little premature for that, so I'll just minimize there. So what we're going to do is we're going to open up, and we're going to start off with actually the send tweets. Don't worry, all these codes and everything you see, they're fake. Don't even bother using them. I made them up, just threw them in there. As you can see, they're the same on both of these, and those are going to be the fake codes you're going to get. You will need to get your own ID codes, and to get that, what you need to do is go to https://apps.twitter.com. So if we go to that site, appstwitter.com, as you can see, I'm already in here. What you're going to need to do is first probably create an account on here, log in, and then create a new app. Once you create a new app, what you're going to want to do is put in the name of the app. Call it whatever. Try making it somewhat unique. Say if your name is Bob. Yeah, Bob. Very original. So you could do Bob's Nightbot Twitter app or tweet app. Description, you can put in whatever, basically an app for Nightbot to send tweets to my Twitter. And website, that will be your website. Have it directed to the website, which is going to hold the .php files for you and run it. Callback URL, you do not need to worry about this. And then make sure you just click yes, I have read the terms and agreements, and then create your Twitter app. So once you've done that, you will, in your searchings in there, you will find where you'll find a consumer key, consumer secret, OAuth token, and OAuth secret. I'm not positive if it's called consumer key and consumer secret, but there is one that says key and secret. That's going to be it. And then you're going to need the token and the token secret. Those tokens, OAuth secret. But yeah, I just look for whatever's called key and secret, and that's going to be those two there. And then those two will be your OAuth token. I do remember they were in two different sections, but it wasn't really hard to figure out and find them. I think I spent maybe about a minute searching, and I was like, oh, there it is. And this is that part. So you shouldn't really have too much of a problem with that. So that's what you're going to need to do, is get that information and place in your codes in the correct order, the correct system. Then right here is your Twitch username. To get that, basically go to Twitch, go to your channel, look at your channel, look at the URL. It should say twitch.tv / in my case, it will say Dreaded Corpse. Dreaded Corpse is the user. So just put in your user right there. Under that, pretty much you don't have to fill in anything, really modify anything until you get down to right here. These lines here. I'm going to leave it like this as you see it. But I do want to point out, if you look, you will see me say right here, be sure to watch the video tutorial about this section. There will be a link to the video tutorial about this, but it's not there yet because I'm making the video right now. So it will be in there when I'm done. But then you'll see right below it says Monday, Mon equals 1, Tuesday, Wednesday 3, Thursday 4, etc. All the way to Sunday as the 7th. Basically what this does is, if you go up a little bit, and we will see day right here. Day equals date n. I am using the function by PHP for date, and I'm using capital N. To know a little bit more about the date, what we're going to do is we're going to copy this, and let's open up a new tab. I'll just actually paste it right here. And this is the date format for PHP. And I used capital N, which capital N is right here, is the ISO numerical representation of the day of the week, which is added in, was added in PHP 5.1.0, and it is still good to this day, and it's going to be good for a long time. This is something that really hasn't changed that much. They just keep adding more and more in. But what does this day? It does a numerical value. So if today's date is Monday, it will display a 1. If today's date is Sunday, it will display a 7. Get it? So Monday through Sunday, 1 through 7. And if you don't understand that or follow that, then just look at the little thing right here. The reason why this is there is some of you might be like me and do something special on certain days. For me, Thursdays is a day I call Throwback Thursday. I play games which are outdated, a little bit older. I've done everything from Return to Castle Wolfenstein, the original. Well, not the original, but Return to Castle Wolfenstein from 2001, I want to say. Yeah, 2001 ish. And then I've done Seventh Guest, and now I'm working on Tomb Raider, which I'm using Anniversary because, well, I'm on Windows 10. So Thursdays, I do Throwback Thursday. So I want the tweet to say, today's Thursday. I'm doing Throwback Thursday. So that's what this section is for. So if you do things on Thursday, it will be for, like me, and the message is Throwback Thursday is here. Come join us on, and then it says game. And I'll get to that in a little bit. Else if day equals 5, 5 would be Friday. As we can see right here, Friday equals 5. And then it goes end of the week stream. Come join us on game. And then on day 7, which is Sunday, end of the weekend stream. Join us while we play game. And then all other days is going to be this message. For you guys that might be a little bit confused how this works is we're using what is called an if statement. So basically, if we start off here, if day, which we know day is today. So by this code, where is it? Right here, date n. So it's giving today's date a numerical value. And since today's date for me is Monday, it will be 1. So if today equals 4, well, nope, today's 1. So we'll ignore this. Else if today equal 5, nope, today's 1. So it ignores this. Well, else if today is 7, nope, 7 was yesterday. So it ignores this. Otherwise, which is this else, use this. So today, if I ran this message, it would just run that message and ignore all these other ones. And you can add in your own. Just say you do Manic Mondays. You can do switch this to a 1, and you can say Manic Monday is here. Manic Monday is here. Come join us on game. And there you go. That's how you would do it. And you can add more in. If you want to do a different one for each day, you can. All you have to do is the else if, and then the last one is otherwise use. Even if you do 1 through 7 all the way through, you still want to have the else. So that is your best bet right there. And just say, okay, you only want to have 1. If day equals this, else if, what you can do is say, okay, I don't want all these other ones. You just come down and get rid of all this. So it's just that. So now if day equals 1, message Manic Monday is here. Come join us on game. Otherwise, say this message. So that's basically how that works. Here, I'm going to back this up. And I'm going to leave it as Manic Monday, so you're going to get the file exactly like this. So basically, each one of these, between this curly bracket and this curly bracket, you'll see this variable. This variable, which is $MSG, you'll see it repeated 4 times here. Basically saying if today is this day, this variable equals this. Otherwise, message equals this. So now let's get back to this thing I said I was going to come back to in a little bit. You may be saying, okay, well, Manic Monday is here. Come join us on quote, period, $game, period, quote, period, quote. That's a little confusing. It might be, but here I'll simplify it. Let's expand this out a little bit. And what we're going to do is, if you know anything about coding, especially PHP, if you have an opening quote, you're going to need a closing quote. So what we do is we do message, Manic Monday is here, come join us on. And then we're like, okay, well, we want to get a dynamic game. We want the title to be changed. Well, that's where we say, okay, let's end the quote, which this is the end quote right here. So that quote actually goes for the game. And then we have a little bit of we put in a period basically saying, oh, we're not done. We want to add this along with the other stuff. So we put in the period, and then we put in $game. Well, what is $game? Well, if we look right up here where $game is announced, right here, what this information does right there is it connects to your Twitch stream. And while it's connected to your Twitch stream, when you are live, it will grab the title, not the title, sorry, let me reinstate that, the game that you're playing. Do you need to use game in this? Absolutely not. But this code right here, lines 13 through 24, this gets the title of the game that you're playing. So if you're playing, just say, PUBG, it will display PlayerUnknown's Battleground. So in the title, it will say, Manic Monday is here. Come join us on PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. And that's right there. That's the message. So, and now we want to add a period because it's the end of the sentence. So we put in another period saying, okay, we're done with that variable, but we want to add more. So we put in that period, and then we have to reopen the quote and say, okay, read this as text, nothing else, not PHP. And that's where we have this period. So this is the period at the end of the question. And then we close quote, and then we do a semicolon to close the whole variable up. So basically, whenever you want to have this game variable shown anywhere, you would want to have this copied, just that section. If I remove this, there you go. Join us on period. And just say I want to put in the title of game right here. Manic Monday is here. Space, Control V. There we go. That's where the game is going to be displayed. The game title. So that's basically how it works. I'm probably confused some of you guys, but I really, trust me when I say that it's actually easier than you think. Just don't overthink it. And that's what basically goes on here. So now just say, okay, you don't want to display the title. You just want to have Manic Mondays here. Come join us on Twitch. Then you can just put in come join us on. Remove this section and put it in Twitch. There you go. Come join us on Twitch. So let's Control Z that because I'm going to give it with game on there. So, you know. So that's basically what this whole section is. And now what this does is, and as you can see, here's the period. I have a variable plus another variable. The variable is whatever variable is here, and basically think of the period as an and then URL. So it's a way you can connect multiple variables or multiple things together by putting in that period. So I'm saying, okay, full equals message and URL. Well, what is the URL? The URL is actually right here, https twitch TV /user. So that's where this comes from. You put in your user right here. Not only does it apply to the URL here, but it's also going to get your stream information. Because of how this works, you want to send out the tweet after you've started your stream. Once your stream is live, then you want to use this. But if you want to have a way to send a custom tweet before you go live, that's the next script. So I pretty much went all over this. I mean, after this part full, what I do is down here is how it basically sends out the message and whatnot, which is does a check. If certain message, basically I'm checking, okay, get the count of the message here. And if it's under 140 characters, because that's what Twitch is at right now, some of you guys may not know, but others might know, or depending on when you actually watch this video tutorial, Twitter may have already done it, but Twitter is doubling the character count. They're going from 140 to 280, and there are a select few people currently right now that have that 280 character max limit. Do I agree with the max limit? Absolutely not. Do I think they should have increased it from 140 characters? Absolutely. I do think it should have been higher than 140, but 280 is too much. I say, my honest opinion, I think they should have gone with 200. That gives you 80 less from their new system, the new level that they're going with, but it's still 60 over what this is. I mean, a lot of times when I'm tweeting, like replies and that, I'm just sitting there going, oh my God, I want like 10, 15, maybe 20 extra characters. What the hell? So having that little buffer, it still makes your tweets short, but you can get more information about what you want to say. So I think 200 is a good happy medium. So that's basically what this does. And then if it is under 200 messages, under 140 characters, then what it will do is it will tweet out your message, the full message, with the link back to your stream. And then it will echo, which this is what you're going to see on your stream. It will say tweet successfully sent or tweet too long. The tweet too long, if you do this just right, you're never going to have that problem, unless if the game title gets too big. And if you see it too big, then you may have to do this next step. This next one here, which is file number 2, if we come into Twitter here, this is exactly how I packaged it up. You have the includes with the 2 files there, and then you have the 2 files here. The one we just discussed is send tweet. This next one is custom tweet, sorry. So we'll go to custom tweet here. And as you can see, it is pretty much the same thing. So you'll see right here, I mean, it does look pretty much the same for the most part. The big section is going to be right here. This is going to be the major difference than just a little bit down here. So we're going to not go over all this stuff because if you really want to know it, just go watch earlier in the video because I just went over all that stuff. What this right here is, this is grabbing the text from the URL. The way the system works, and I'm going to show you on my website, I set up a test page to make it easier, is when you type out something, here I'm going to just copy this right here, and I'm going to highlight all this up here. And you'll see right here it has my website, headshotdomain.net/test.php question mark. Don't even bother trying to come finding this page because this page will be deleted off my site right after this. This is just a demonstration to show you guys. The way it works is you tell Nightbot, okay, this is where the PHP file is, and then you just leave a question mark at the end and we're going to put a query. I'll show you that in a little bit. And we're going to sit there and paste in that text. And as you can see, it says test.php question mark and then a bunch of text. And we end it with a question mark. Does it need to be ended with a question mark? Absolutely not. This is just the message I want to show. So I click enter. And now if you look at this, and here, let me zoom in, you'll see how it goes this, then %20 is %20, just %20, and so on. And we keep going, and you're just going, wow, what is it with all that %20s? Well, it's not just %20s. Where is it? I'm looking for it. Yeah, we got %20, and then another %20, and then the word 20, then another %20. Basically, %20 is anytime you see a space. So what happens is in this script here, as you can see, it's taken all that %20s and stripped it out and converted it into spaces. So you see the URL is http headshotdomain.net/test.php question mark, and then anything after that question mark is going to be the display text. The way that is accomplished is I'm saying, okay, let's grab the text. So here's the pre-tweet text. This is the text that is coming in with all those percents and whatnot. And we're going to strip out everything from the first question mark and before. So the headshotdomain.net/test.php question mark. That's what this is doing. This is stripping the headshotdomain.net/test.php question mark. And it's just leaving everything afterwards, which is all that text with the percents. Then we run it through a filter for HTML special characters. And then after we do that, we go through and search for entities right here. And then what we're going to do now from there is we're going to replace any of the entities that show up as like %5D, %5B, any of these that show up will be automatically replaced with what they're properly supposed to be. So that's what this section does. It removes all those %whatever and replace them with whatever character they're supposed to be. The only problem I found so far is this one right here, %23 and pound. Even with that in there, you cannot use a pound. So don't do any hashtags or whatever in your tweets for using this system. It gets stripped. So I'm sorry for that. I will continue working on that, see if I can find a workaround for that. But for now, that's the only issue I have found thus far. So now that we have that and we strip that and we get the code that you want, or the text, the tweet text, now we can do one of two things. And like before, you have to edit all this stuff up above. But you have your choice on using a predefined message, I'm live playing game, and then you can have a short custom text afterwards, or you can just do the full custom message right here. So just say you're playing, you want to have it say you're live playing and then the game title, just like before. Then you're going to leave this alone. But then after you type in the Nightbot command, which I will show you on here. Here's Chatty. I will do this exclamation point tweet C. I put in C for custom. Uh, tweet C. So I hit enter. Tweet successfully sent. Now if I go to my Twitter, I'm live playing blank. That's because I'm not live streaming right now. And as you can see, it says, be sure to join us today. Here, this is the one that I did earlier today. This is not a custom one. Yeah, this is a custom one. Basically what I just showed you. It said, I'm live playing the Hunter, Call of the Wild. Will be a short stream today. So you have the ability to add the end part custom. So here, I'm going to delete these. Like that. And we're going to minimize that. So that's basically how this works. Now, if you want to do just the full custom message, you can sit there and delete this, the 2 forward slashes, and then put forward slashes in front of that. And there you go. Now, you may say, well, what if I want to have the ability to do both of them? Well, if you're that adamant and you want to be able to do both of them, right click, copy, paste. Make a copy of the tweet, custom tweet, right click. We're going to rename it, and we can rename this to full custom tweet. And just note, everything is case sensitive in a URL. So if in this case I did a capital F, I would probably actually do a lowercase f and a capital C, so full custom tweet. So when I type out the URL for the next phase of this video tutorial, it will be lowercase with a capital C for custom, capital T for tweet. So there you go. Then what you would do is open this one and just do the exact opposite. So we would have that one like that, and then this one like that. So, and then you would save. So this one is the custom tweet, and this is the full custom. So everything you type will be what's tweeted. And like I said before, if you go over the 140 character limit, it will say tweet is too long and you will not be able to tweet. It will stop you right then and there and say, yeah, too long, buddy. So that's basically it. And with the full tweet, the message with a tweet, you would have to manually type out what game you're playing because it will not display the game, which you can easily see right there. So that is the big difference between these two. I will have full readme everything written up for these two here. So now let's get on to adding these commands to Nightbot. So what we want to do is here, I will bring up this text file and let's zoom in right now. Right now you can see that there are 2 URLs. One is $ bracket, well, a curly bracket, URL fetch, http www.yoursite.com/Twitter/send tweet. And as you notice, it has the capital T in there, .php. When you do that, that will do the regular send tweet, which we went over at the very beginning. This is what you would put in for Nightbot. Now, for the custom command, it's pretty much the same thing, except we go with custom tweet, And remember how I said you have to put a question mark at the end. Now we have to put in the query, which is right here. So basically what we're doing is we're taking this right here, just adding a question mark, and then we're adding in the query, which is $sign, and then we do the couple of brackets, curly brackets like that, not curly brackets, but the curly brackets, and then we type in query like that, and there we go. Now that is going to be whatever you type in on your Twitch, and that's what you're going to put in for Nightbot. So to do that, you will come to Nightbot. Here we'll go to Nightbot commands and click on add command. And we're going to be naming this, let's do game tweet. Now I have to put in the message. Well, the message is one of these two. I will do the custom. So I right click on this, paste that in. Oops. Didn't mean to close that. Wow, I can't type right now. Game tweet, and paste that in, just like that. Though, of course, you're going to want to change this your site to whatever your site is. So, like my case, it would be headshot domain, and I am not .com. Even though I own the .com, my site is forced. I make it forced to use the .net. So it would be .net, and then of course this is not my folder path to my file, but you would put in the folder path. So if you create a folder inside the root of your site called files, there we go, then you would put in files, and then inside the files folder you have a folder called Twitter, which, okay, you just upload the Twitter folder to the files folder. So it would be yoursite.com /files /Twitter /custom tweet.php question query. Now, this is the most important, user level. Always put it on the owner, so only you can send the tweets, nobody else. And once you have that, you just click submit and you're good to go. Though if I tried running this right now, it will not work because, well, yoursite.com does not exist. If it does, I don't own it, and it doesn't have a folder in there called files, and if it does, it doesn't have a folder in there called Twitter, and if it does, I highly doubt that it has a file in there called custom tweet with a capital T .php. But if it does, then that would be amazing, but I highly doubt it. I would say the odds of that would be like me winning the lottery 5 times in a row. So, but that's basically how you set it up. So now we have game tweet, and if we wanted to do the other option, you would just grab this URL, of course, edit with your site URL in the folder path, the correct folder path, copy this, and paste it in. And I will be giving these example URLs in the README. So that's basically how you add it to Twitch. And I'm going to delete this one and close that. And as you guys saw before, how I did that tweet C, be sure to join us today. And you saw the result of that. So that's basically how it works. And I mean, it's very simple once you understand what you're looking at. So you could do what you want with this. This is up to you. I'm leaving it open. I wasn't asked to release this to people. I wasn't asked to do this. I did this one for myself. And the reason why I did this for myself is, like I said earlier, I always forget to tweet. I hate grabbing my tablet or my cell phone and using the tweet apps on that. I I dislike the Twitter app completely. Um, so I wanted something where, hey, I'm about to stream. I'm running my intro. I got the game up. I got everything going, and oh crap, I didn't tweet. Well, my game's been running for about a minute or two. My stream has been up for about a minute or two. So Twitch has announced, hey, I am live. Everybody knows that. My API for my Twitch stream has updated. So I just do uh, tweet, exclamation point tweet, or exclamation point tweet C, and put in whatever I want. And it will tweet for me. And I don't have to reach from my phone or my app, or I don't have to open up my browser to navigate to Twitter and log in and all that. I can do it right from the app that I already have open. And Nightbot will tell me tweet successfully sent, or too many characters. I'll show you the too many characters. Exclamation point. Tweet C. As you can see, that tweet is clearly too long. It even tells you, tweet too long. So, very simple, and it saves me a lot of time because I don't have to grab my link or anything. And if I go back to my Twitter, as you can see, right here, I'm live playing the Hunter Call of the Wild. Will be a short stream today. And here's a link to my Twitch. I click on it, brings me right there. So there you go. So, I mean, if you guys like this and you think it's good work, like something that would work good for you, feel free to use it. Feel free to modify it. This is all open and out there for people to use. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me. You can contact me through, well, of course, my Twitch while I'm streaming, and I stream 7 days a week. So stop by, say hi, let me know that you're using it, and if you have any suggestions, I have one suggestion. Ask me, what about adding the ability to add images? I thought about that. I was looking into it, and the way Twitter works is they have you upload it. So that may be something I may look into designing into this, and if I do, I'll make a real short video tutorial on how to code that in, or I'll just give out the files for that. But other than that, I just wanted to get this baseline out there for others to use if they want. I don't know if people are going to want it. I don't really care. I want it, so I'm using it. So any questions, feel free to stop by my Twitter. Feel free to stop by my website. Ask on YouTube. Though on YouTube, I'll probably get back to you a day or two later. If you come to my stream, I'll answer you right then and there. If I can. Come to my website, I'll probably answer you within a couple hours. So, yeah, feel free to use and enjoy. Till next time, you guys have a good one.